So this is a project I've been working on. It's a 1981 Yamaha G1 golf cart, gas powered. I'm making this video to show people how to do their own lift kits on them, because they want way too much for the parts to do it. And you buy the parts, and then if you ever break one of these long tubes down here, this part here, you got to buy a whole nother lift kit. So what I did is I used 6" by 2" rectangular box 1/8" wall tubing, or 3/16 wall, and I plated both sides. I cut this bracket off from right up here and moved it 6 inches down. I then built my own piece for here and behind and boxed it in as well, just with these plates along the sides. They don't go all the way top and bottom, so that you can weld in the top, front and rear. I made a template for how far these holes are apart. This hole and this one right over here, and I mimicked that on the bottom to bolt these tubes up. I did have to flip over my steering knuckles. This bar here used to come off the bottom. You flip the whole knuckle by knocking out the kingpin. It's a real easy job to do. I had to move in my shock mounts on the arm. They were right out here. I moved them over so that this arm will clear far enough for the steering to work properly. And I moved my shock mounts on the front. They went from up here. I dropped them exactly 6 inches down and bolted the shocks back up. So there's a few things that had to be done to the front, but it's original tie rod ends, original bars between the tie rod ends, all original parts except for a couple brackets that I had to build. I did put in a piece to triangulate the front end here that drops back to there for a little extra strength. The rear end was super easy to lift. All I had to do, because the shock mounts used to be right here, right in here, and right over here on this bar. What I did is I welded another bar down 6 inches lower and simply re-welded the shock mounts to that bar, and voila, rear end was lifted. Now when I did that, I noticed the engine was hitting the frame. So I had to clearance the frame a little bit. I cut a notch out of it, banged it back. Now my frame is free to come up and down as need be. That's all it took to give it a 6" lift. It did take me about, I don't know, a week of working by myself, just in the mornings in my garage here. But it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. Now I can clear the 22" tall tires that I wanted to put on. And also sit up a little bit higher, because who wants to sit really low on a golf cart? Not me. It's not for golfing, it's for fun. Alright, that's it. So I hope you are able to see what I have done. If you're trying to do this yourself, it's pretty simple. You do need a welder and a little bit of brain power. Not too hard. And you got your lifted golf cart. All the steel and parts that I think I paid $10 or $15 for, not $500 for a lift kit, and it's lifted just as good, if not better, than one of those kits would do. And if you break any parts, you can go online, order the stock part for this 1981 Yamaha, and replace it outside of this lower arm. Because if you order this, you are going to have to cut the shock mount off and move it in. But it's nothing that is too hard to do. It'd literally be a 5-minute deal and repaint and you're good to go. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video.